Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. He is Commander Cockings.
And here's Captain Fonia. We're a couple of Star Trek fans that talk about Star Trek on the internet, but another couple is returning to Star Trek Picard. An actual couple, though. Well, no, I mean, they're friends in real life, but...
Yes, that's right. As you guys know, a lot of stuff dropped at San Diego Comic-Con about the new Picard series, and although they weren't on the panel, they weren't shown in the trailer, it was referenced that they will be coming back, and that is Jonathan Frakes as probably Captain Riker, possibly Admiral, but I doubt it, and Marina Sirtis as Deanna Troi. They're going to be coming back for the show, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that number one is coming back, to be with Picard. That's where he needs to be. How he's going to take his part in the story, I don't know, but it'll be great to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is a whole history of things and bobs. We know that the TNG crew, out of all the cast, out of all the different casts in Star Trek, are the most family-ish. They actively see each other, they actively hang out, they actively are the most friends. Patrick was Brent's best man, or one of their, it was multiple best men at multiple weddings, was that sort of close. Jonathan is a well-known director. He directed quite a few episodes of Discovery, season 1 and 2, and Orville, season 1, I believe season 2 as well. And he was the director of the second block of videos in the Picard series. I believe it's episodes 4, 5, and 6, or 2 and 3. If it's 2 or I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 block. And it's confirmed that last Monday, this Monday, the 22nd of July, Patrick went back onto set with Jonathan Frakes and filmed a scene with Riker. Nice little thing to reveal. And in fact, he had said that Jonathan was meant to be on that panel at San Diego, but had to be somewhere else, and so was there. So that close. But yeah, what an unnecessary thing to reveal, which makes you quite intrigued as to why they'd reveal it. Because the surprise nature of getting Brent and Jerry in the trailer was like, but then just reveal them via Twitter. I mean, what's your take on the whole situation?
I think it might have been an olive branch to the fans, like, hey, yeah, we've kept you in the dark so long. Yeah, we got these other two in the trailer, but Jonathan Frakes has been directing. He's also back as Riker. Who's to say, really? Like I said, or like you said, he was supposed to be on the panel, so maybe they just thought, well, we'll just announce it anyway. But yeah, keeping it a secret a little longer would have been good, because we do have Vegas coming up. It would have been a great time to reveal that there, kind of thing. Well, and it's going to be interesting to see how these characters have evolved over these 20 years. With Picard, leaving Starfleet, probably due to maybe what the Romulans are doing in regards to the Borg cube and the prison. It's going to be interesting to see if he left Starfleet because it was against his ideals, yet Riker remained in Starfleet. Is that going to put any kind of tension on the relationship? Are they kind of at odds at this point? Are they still really close as friends? What kind of interactions are we going to see between the two of them, and how is that going to evolve during the course of the Picard series? It could start out a little bit at odds because he chose to stay in the service, even though Picard said, I'm never going to leave Starfleet. Eventually did, probably as a result of some, catalyst that created that. So it'll be interesting to see how the relationship is in this show.
Although you mentioned them being friends still, in fact, a person asked in one of the interviews, Patrick Stewart said, do you still keep in contact? And he said, no, pretty much not with anybody. I'm not invited to birthdays, don't really see them much. I'm still friends, but I've sort of lost touch with them all, which is sad. But I mean, if Riker is on a 5-year mission on the Titan B to the Beta Quadrant, I mean, that's 5 years he's not going to see him, and maybe he doesn't even go back to Earth because, his wife's in Beta Z, from Beta Z. If he gets, 6 months off, he might just go to Beta Z, So, big missions, big thing. If you're stuck on Earth, you're not necessarily going to get around to see people. But then it's a case of how do these long-lost friends see each other? That's the exciting bit. And just like we see in Endgame with Harry, Kim, and Janeway, is it then a positive, I'm here to help you, or is it I'm here to stop you? Which I kind of like the idea of, that Jonathan is, or right. So it's funny how you try and not mix them up and then you get them wrong, you're trying to be good. Riker, I like the idea that he and this ship, Starfleet thinks they're the only ones that can possibly stop Picard in his mission, because he's going a little bit further out of Starfleet's purview of what they are okay with happening, even if the right thing might be to stop it. and then it would be sad, but it'd be interesting if Riker then has to go against Picard, because if each have a reason, that could be kind of fun.
Well, I think that'd be the most, from a storytelling point of view, the most dramatic thing that they could do, actually, as that initial confrontation is like, we have such respect for each other, but we're now at odds, and then either have Riker, last minute kind of help Picard out, and again jeopardize his career or whatever. It's really hard to say. Like there's so many storytelling potential with that, and if it's done properly, it'll be fantastic to see. But yeah, it's going to be really cool to see where they stand with each other in this new world. 20 years later. So
I mean, do you think he's Admiral Riker?
I have a suspicion he might be as well. Yes. Now, you had said probably not. You didn't think so. You think he'd still be a captain, but he did turn down captaincies quite often in TNG. Finally accepted the Titan one, and then again, this is 20 years later. Maybe he only was a captain for 10, 15 years, and then I don't know, decided that it was time to move on. Maybe they have a family now. Maybe they have kids, and he doesn't necessarily want to be out and about exploring. Who knows? I have a feeling he might be an admiral, but
you can have admirals and captains at all varying ranks and ages. Depending on your career path around what you want as a captain. I just quickly did a little research, and in the All Good Things future, which takes place would have taken place 4 years before this, he's an admiral. So he could have been an admiral in that time, but that was obviously when the Enterprise D was still around. So there was no E, there was no Nemesis, there was no any of that. So events were radically changed. Therefore, you can't use that as a whatever. I think he would learn the lesson from, all of these people like a Kirk, like a Picard. It's like, especially as he has Deanna, he might have a child. Maybe if he does science missions, he'd rather the child learn on his ship. Rather than on Earth in a comfy office, because do you get to spend more time with your family if you're on a starship where you spend a lot of time at warp, or in a desk and as an admiral we have to do a lot of admiral things where every day is filled with activities? I honestly would think it'd be the ship, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Either way would be fine. I would be totally happy with him still being a captain. I think it suits his character to remain captain, but I just have a feeling like we don't know what happened in the course of these 20 years. Especially the impetus that made Picard leave Starfleet. I think there's going to be some kind of tension there as a result of something that happened.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's a personal tension so much as I think he made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
But I know why he did, but I wouldn't have done that. And because you weren't there. It's like, well, I could have been there if you'd asked me. It's like, well, there's lovely layers you could do to that. Although we mentioned about going from captain to admiral. You look at Janeway. And she was a fresh captain for Voyager, had her 7 years in hell, came back, was promoted to admiral pretty quick, and was an admiral in Nemesis, and a pretty young admiral in Nemesis. So that rank, but obviously you could. I think obviously as they said internally, it's fine to argue that Janeway survived so much in such a condensed that she earned an admiralty. Plus, I can see her not wanting another ship. It went bad the first time. I'll take a desk job. I'm fine with that. But that's her, Some people take admiral and don't just take admiral.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Shelby from Best of Both Worlds. She was aiming for captaincy. She was young, and she was, she was already like, was she a commander or lieutenant commander? I think she might have been a lieutenant commander. No, she was a commander.
I think she matched Riker, and that was one of the problems because they didn't actually have rank superiority.
I think she was a commander. You're right. Yeah, so everybody has different places in their career, and things change. I mean, family situation, a tragic incident, whatever. Yeah. There's a lot. You could have lost the Titan and just said, "I don't want another ship. I lost all hands on the Titan. I'll take the Admiralty and just live the quiet life," kind of thing.
Or it's going really damn well. I'll just stay like this for a while. It's going really well. Yeah. Well, speaking of, I was about to say, at least it's very likely that Deanna's not dead. Like, we don't want any of them to be dead. Don't make Gates dead. Don't make Dawn dead. Don't make any of them dead. What do you think about Marina coming back?
I mean, that's fine. It's great. They're married. I'm not a huge fan of her character personally. So either one way or the other, I don't care. I would like to see them back together, both of them, to be honest. But
There's either the, well, you can't have one without the other. If you're seeing Titan, you've got to see Riker, you've got to see, there's a logical order to it. But I'd like to think there was a narrative reason that they need the empathic abilities of Troi, and, you could argue whatever you want, maybe having a baby, change her empathic abilities because of the hormones, and now she's a better empath, and la la la. There's all these things you could do. So I think that'd be quite a useful thing for them to have in a situation. Who are you going to trust more than your Counselor Troi, who's a whatever rank. But obviously I'm hoping for a non-Star Wars ripping things apart Force Awakens, where, divorced, dysfunctional, have a kid, don't talk to either of them, he's gone evil, kills half the galaxy. Let's not do that. Happily married for 20 years, have a kid, probably 2 kids. She's doing her job. She's got several books, doctorates, doing great. He's got lots of awards. I'm hoping she'll do a Troi accent and not a... Because that's one of those little funny things. You look at her, you listen to her, and we've been doing TNG Season 1, so it's a weird... You can't place accent in Season 1. It's not her accent, it's not an American accent, it's something else. But then cut right to Nemesis, she's just speaking almost entirely in an English accent with some twang, and then you see her in conventions and it's completely... she's just didn't gain an accent from being in America, which is great. I mean, keep your accent. So I'm hoping she'll be able to get that back and not just sound like Marina. Because again, she's not Marina. She'll be playing Troi. And I'm excited. You can do a lot with digital sets. They made digital versions of all the Discovery sets for different scenes for different reasons, and so you don't need to build the Titan Bridge or the Titan B or whatever to see a cool cutaway of them on a bridge, get that pressure and value, and then have them beam to this new hero ship, whatever. And I hope that maybe, as we said before, they're filming in blocks. They each might have guests to help tie that story together. Maybe block 1 has 7 of 9 because we see her on the chateau. That's her. Now they're filming episodes 7, 8, and 9. That's another block. And Frakes come in maybe there. That sort of key to that, having that extra starship, having that extra Federation connection could be the epic end to the season, which would be awesome. Well,
and you got to think too, because Patrick Stewart said he's going to be filming a scene in uniform, which is a flashback scene.
Yes.
So is that the scene with Riker? Is that the...
Ooh.
So who knows if it's a flashback or if it's modern or both. So it could be their last farewell, or the inciting situation that made them, kind of at odds with each other. It could be so many things based on what we've heard. I think we're going to see Riker probably in both flashbacks and modern day. That's my gut feeling.
Throw these actors in as long as there's a reason to be there, as many as you want, as often as you want.
But anyway, guys, what do you guys think about Riker coming back? How do you want to see him? Let us know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hitting subscribe is very important. And don't forget the notification icon as well. We're going to have lots of cool stuff coming out. Lots of San Diego Comic-Con videos. And we got a lot of Vegas videos. We're going to be doing lives from the Vegas floor and stuff. So if you want to get notified and see that kind of stuff, make sure you click the notification icon.
Yes, subscribe, join our Patreon if you want to support us on a monthly basis for all this great content, and join lives obviously every day this week. They're going to be so cool. So until then, I'm Commander Coggins.
And I'm Captain Foley.
We'll see you then.
Bye, everybody.